Happy New Year, everyone. I think for kind of obvious reasons, I've been a little bit absent on social media again. Um, I'm pretty late with responding to my comments, so I'm gonna get back to that as soon as I'm okay, I guess. Um, I am doing sort of okay, but I have had like a kind of rough few days recently, so um, I'm just trying to like keep to myself a bit, not to overwhelm myself socially. Yeah, I'm trying to be a bit responsive in my DMs, but um, still sometimes I know sometimes it's a little hard for me. I'm not very good. I'm not very good socially, I feel. Like I love to socialize, I love to talk to people, but then when things get like pretty hard in life, I'm just like I'm not able to handle like a lot of people, and I need to just like have as few people as I can. Like I need people that mm, I'm kind of comfortable with, I guess. I don't know. Like I'm comfortable with a lot of people, but then it's just like even if I'm comfortable with them, I kind of have too many of them as well. I'm still trying to understand like myself as well. This whole like process has made me learn a lot about myself. Yeah, this week I'm gonna try to keep it pretty short as well. I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. So I spoke about last week about how I don't really believe in them, in a sense. I kind of want to talk about why I don't agree with the idea of a New Year's resolution. So for me, when I hear a New Year's resolution, I think of it as like people using the New Year as an excuse to kind of change themselves, or using it as like kind of a false motivation or something. And it just doesn't seem practical to me, because to be able to achieve a goal, you need to have a proper motivation. You need to have a proper reason to do it, a proper end point. A lot of the time when people make New Year's resolutions, they're one of their motivations is like new year, new me, but that's only lasts for such a short time. That's why you see gyms have like a skyrocket in new memberships in January, because their motivation is new year, but that's not something personal to them. You need to find a reason. You need to find your own personal reason, and the new year is not a personal reason. You need to find something that you're truly gonna gain from it. And I feel like when you're basing it just on the new year, it's it's just way too vague for it to actually work. And then a lot of the time, I feel like when you have these goals, why do you need to wait until New Year? Why don't you just start it now? Why don't you just start it tomorrow at any point in the year? It doesn't have to be New Year. And that's something that kind of bothers me when someone says like, "Oh, I'm gonna start exercising in after New Year's," or "I'm gonna start eating healthy after New Year's. I'm gonna start studying this language after New Year's." It's like, why? I mean, some people actually have a reason. Like, like for me, I go on vacation after from next week, so I kind of can. There's certain things that I can say that I'm gonna do after New Year's, just because I'm gonna have a lot more time for it. But a lot of the time, people are just saying it because they see it as this special day that's gonna like things are gonna change because it's a new date. But it's really that's just these dates. It's kind of just a perception of time, but the days are still the same thing. We're just seeing them with new numbers. That doesn't mean that things are going to be different for us. And last year in 2020, I feel like I've achieved a lot more goals for myself than I have in previous years. And for me, one of the biggest differences was just finding new internal motivations for myself. Another thing that I think contributes to it not working is people just start things like immediately. They rush into it on January 1st without making a plan or anything, and that just makes it so much harder. I want to go more deeply into into this in the next coming podcast, but basically I feel like to achieve these goals properly, you first need to think carefully about what it is you want your goal to be. You need to set a very specific goal. A lot of people say they just want to get in shape after New Year's. I think that's one of the most common New Year's resolutions. But what is getting in shape? What is the shape that you want to get into? I feel like you need to be very specific. Try to find a picture of someone that has like your ideal body, and try to also be realistic about it. Like, don't, if you're someone who's like overweight, and then you look at a picture of like a professional bodybuilder and you're like, that's what I want to look like by next New Year's. It's like, that's not realistic. Those people, they probably work out for like half a decade at least. So you wanna pick something a bit more realistic, and then you also want to pick something that's very specific. And then also with goals, you gotta do a bit of research too. You gotta make sure that you're doing it in a effective way, but also in a way that's like right for you. Don't do it just because someone got a lot of success. I feel like I'm just gonna be using like weight loss stuff for this video, but just to keep it simple, I'll just refer to weight loss stuff. But this applies to every single New Year's resolution that people make. Just because one certain diet and one certain lifestyle works for someone, that doesn't mean you have to do it too. Every person is different. Every person responds to things in different ways. So like for me personally, I don't think I could ever survive on a keto diet just because I love carbs way too much. I need carbs in my life, and I've been able to like take control of my weight while eating carbs. I just like just track my calories and don't overdo them and stuff. So like I know that that's for me, but I have friends that are really successful with keto because they don't require as many carbs as I do, but I'm a bit too obsessed with with carbs and desserts. So I guess like to sum up, don't let your goals be dictated by a date. Try to really specify things. Try to work out what it is you want. What is the reason that you want these things? And how are you going to achieve it? And is that way really suitable for you? Can you actually keep that up for this amount of time? Maybe try to like think about it more clearly. And you don't have to start your thing. You could start it on December 28th. You can start it January 7th. Don't worry about the date. Do it at a time. Do it on a date that you're ready. Do your research, prepare, and oh my gosh, I forgot one important thing. Try to like find a support network for when you're having goals. Like there's Facebook groups for like every single thing. Like there's weight loss Facebook groups. There's every single diet and lifestyle has their own Facebook group. There's subreddits. There's so many communities. You can also reach out to your friends, see if you can get someone on board with you. And even if they're not, you can just ask them to like help keep you accountable. There's so many ways to go about this, but try to have a plan and do it whenever you're ready. Make sure you're ready to start something, because working on things are not easy. If they were easy, then you wouldn't really be working to have them as a goal. You'd already have it done. So that's pretty much it for today. I want to get more into this throughout this month maybe. I'll see you next time. Bye.